How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Investing with Zeke. We're going to talk about Robinhood. Happy 4th of July, by the way. This is actually a real holiday where you give respect to where respect is due, and that's definitely to the troops, so I hope you guys are all out celebrating the 4th. Me, myself, I'm not a big crowd person. I'm not a crowd person. And I don't like loud noises, believe it or not. I'm not into none of that. But I do celebrate peacefully, quietly, sometimes within the house or in the car, watching the fireworks. They let out fireworks all the time out back here anyway. So I can see them from the comfort of my own home without craziness happening. And it's like 100 degrees outside anyway. Besides the point, most holidays are scams in my opinion, but this one just isn't. Doesn't feel like it to me. It's a well-deserved holiday. But we're going to talk about Robinhood. We got the markets closed. We got the day off of work. That's nice. See, I want to do more videos. I told my boss, I was like, I want to be a YouTube star. He was like, shut up and get back to work. He's an asshole. He really is. Hope he's not watching. He doesn't watch this bullshit. But what's been going on in the market has been crazy. I got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of videos to do. I hope I have time to do them. I think I have time to do enough videos to cover everything to keep up with the market the way I want to. But anyway, we're going to talk about my largest position, Robinhood. I still get ththese calls, these text messages, man. I got the mic all the way over there. I get all these text messages, right? Palantir's 130. Oh, Palantir's 140. Ha ha ha. I get it, all right? I sold it at 76. Was it a smart idea? I think so. I put all my money into Robinhood. At 35. So, was it a stupid idea? But still, though, I'm happy you guys are making money. It's just, with every stock, I come up with a price, a ceiling price. Once it hits that, I'm out. I don't care. But this is a company that's completely different than anything I've ever seen. All right, so yeah, we're talking about Robinhood today. Let's get off into it. Of course, we will go into the numbers, but remember, I'm not like an accountant. I only know addition and subtraction because that's what Cam said, right? So as long as you know good addition and subtraction, that's all you need. All right, so we're going to go off into what is going on with Robinhood and why I put a value of Robinhood at $500 billion. I give Vlad a $200 billion guy. He is a $200 billion guy. He is. Look at the valuations. You got Elon, who lies about everything. He's a $1 trillion guy. If he leaves Tesla, Tesla's a $30 stock. It becomes $150 billion market cap max, and it doesn't even deserve that because that's like what Toyota is. But I'll do a whole nother video on Tesla. It ain't going to be very nice. But we're going to talk about the positive things that Robinhood's doing. And like I always said, I said that Vlad is the next Mark Zuckerberg. I didn't know how he was going to do it, but he managed to do it. So let's talk about it. So we're sitting at $94. We're doing very well. We're up at the all-time 168%. Last day we're down, well, that doesn't matter. Last 5 days up 11%. Last month we're up 42%. For the year we're up 316%, which I was actually able to capture most of that because I was buying at 11, 9, 10, and then I went all the rest of my Palantir at $35. So we're doing amazing. We got analysts still saying that this is a buy because it is. Look, we're only sitting at an $83 billion market cap. What did I tell you Vlad's worth? What did I tell you? Vlad is worth $250 billion. So when do I sell this stock? That's why I'm saying $500 billion market cap is very, very nice for Robinhood. And that's why I think it's going to go there. The problem is I don't think I'm ever going to be able to sell. This will have to go to my kids. because I think this is going to be a million. This stock is going to make me a millionaire. But let's talk about why. So we're going to actually let CNBC tell you, because you know how honest they are. They love to tell the truth. So we're going to talk about CNBC, and we're going to see what they have to say about this.
Shares hitting a record high of nearly 13% today. The company announcing that it will allow European customers to trade over 200 U.S. stock in ETFs. CNBC's Mackenzie Sagalas is in Cannes, France, with the details. Mackenzie.
Hey, Melissa. Robinhood just launched what may be its most ambitious crypto push yet, offering tokenized shares of OpenAI and SpaceX to users across.
Did you fucking hear that? Did you hear that? If you didn't hear that, you rewind it, all right? Because that's what I'm talking about. I said that he was going to figure out how to make like a Facebook type thing, like Mark did. What he's doing is turning crypto into stocks. So it actually has meaning. What does that do? That allows you to buy SpaceX, OpenAI, any pre-IPOs that normal people can't get their hands on, because you usually got to have a net worth of a couple million or $1 million to be able to get into these IPOs before they launch on the market. He's going to tokenize them so you can buy them before they hit the New York Stock Exchange. What the hell, man? What kind of value does that add? That actually brings legitimacy to Bitcoin, to crypto, to the whole crypto thing. They have fart coins, they have Shiba Inus, they have Doge. None of that shit makes any sense. None of it's even real. But if you can pair it with OpenAI, SpaceX before they go public, and offer it to not only the United States, but to the whole world, do you know what kind of value that brings to not only the market, to the US dollar? Because all crypto is all based off the US dollar. For the most part, you use US dollars to buy crypto. That it is what it is. So this puts us this is unexplainably huge. It gives you the ability to stake. Like, if you own, let's say 3,000 shares of Robinhood, you can stake it. They'll hold it. They'll lend it out and give you like 10% on top of appreciating value of your stock. And they have the ability to give you more just to hold on to the stock. Do you understand the words that are... You want me to fucking draw a picture? I can't draw that in a picture. That's amazing. I might have to buy some more on Monday, right? Let's continue.
Europe. Now, this is a landmark move because neither company is publicly listed and access to their equity has been limited to insiders and the ultra wealthy. So these tokens are part of a broader rollout. Robinhood plans to scale to thousands of tokenized US stocks and ETFs with 24/5 trading in Europe by the end of the year and eventually go to 24/7 once its own blockchain launches. Now, it's just not just about listing assets anymore. Robinhood is really trying to rebuild the financial rails with this own blockchain project. And this comes as staking just relaunched in the US, letting users earn crypto yield in the app.
We'll continue to work with regulators and bring the entire Robinhood ecosystem on-chain, starting with tokenized assets.
Look at that. Look at that swag. He's right now in the UK giving SpaceX shares to people for fun. What CEO does this? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Perpetual futures, DeFi, or spot crypto trading. And from there, we're planning to open the doors much wider.
Now, that stock is now up nearly 140% year to date, just narrowly missing that S&P 500 inclusion earlier this month. Melissa?
By the way, no S&P inclusion. I gotta slide in to get closer to the mic. No S&P inclusion yet. Do you know what happened to Palantir when it got in the S&P 500? It went up like 100%. That's what I'm saying. Where does it end? Is Vlad really a $1 trillion man? Who would you rather trust? Like, if you had like a couple $100 and you needed somebody to hold it that isn't going to steal it, spend it, do something with it. You have Vlad and you have Elon Musk. Who do you trust with that money? It's Vlad. That's the fucking answer. Vlad might be worth more than $250 billion just to have Vlad. And you're like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Let me ask you something. If Mark were to leave Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg were to leave Facebook and go to Snapchat, what do you think would happen to Snapchat? It would be worth a few $100 billion just like that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta give valuations to the CEOs. This is, if not the best CEO, one of the best CEOs in the whole world. Continue.
Mackenzie, thank you. Mackenzie Sagalos in Cannes, France, where this was just announced earlier. What do you think about this move?
Well, it's interesting. We were just saying how far they've come in 5 years. A lot of stuff that Vlad's talking about there. It's like, I don't even get it. But I think one of the things I think is really important is that this is not just a consumer-driven app. They've announced some products. I know guys who have gotten off, like interactive brokers who are starting to use their platforms because of the breadth of products and the quality of the new platform. So to me, I do think it's interesting. The other thing I'll just say is I don't know if you guys saw SoFi today. Made a new 52-week high. They reintroduced crypto, I think, about a week ago. So it seems like investors want the thing that a lot of other investors.
First of all, we can go ahead and talk about that while they're on the subject. SoFi, Webull, all that other trash is trash. All right? It doesn't compete with Robinhood. And you can say, well, this is such a big market because it's a massive market. You could say, well, Webull could take some shares. No, Webull can't. Who other than Facebook is Facebook? You had to TikTok? TikTok is the only thing that competes with Facebook. And that's a massive. You got Instagram. Facebook owns it. WeChat. I'm pretty sure Facebook owns that too. So one company is gonna mammoth all of this. And you know what that company is? It's right here.
Are doing to speculate right now.
The one thing that's sort of been interesting to me is the lack of of Bitcoins following along with the stablecoin thing. Obviously, look at Circle, that's kind of insane. But, this really transformation happening very quickly. And yet Bitcoin itself seems to have stalled a little bit. I would think it would have reached an all-time high again. And
I'll answer that for you, lady Robin, or lady Linda. I'll answer that. Bitcoin's useless. Crypto, useless. Now, crypto, valuable. But we got to come up with cryptos that actually pair with companies, not just bullshit.
Beyond.
That makes sense to me. And again, who needs to own Bitcoin? We can own Robinhood. This has been like a
Who is that? Who is that?
Space to answer. SoFi.
Beautiful.
Look at the Coinbase has up 35% a month, 90% in 3 months. I do think that the breadth of this trade is becoming not just, again, the ramp on, but the other ways to play it.
So you think you know Wix. Do you really?
Shut up.
First up, we've got Shake.
Oh, it's over. I wanted to watch more. I really wanted to watch more. Let's watch a little more.
So,
let's see what CNBC
Apple.
says.
This morning. Yes, this is just in Bloomberg. Apple appears to be shaking up its leadership.
Yeah, we don't care about Apple. We don't care about Apple. We're moving on. Let's see what else.
Nutter, meantime, hitting a new all-time high after they unveiled a slew of new products this morning, including new stock and ETF tokens, crypto products, and the ability to own stock tokens in private companies, including OpenAI and SpaceX. The shares are up 10.5%. Let's bring in Robinhood CEO and co-founder Vlad Tenev.
We need to hear from Vlad.
On the back of what's already been an incredible year, Vlad. So for those of us who semi-understand Bitcoin and crypto, I'm still struggling to wrap my head around the token thing. Thank you for making the time, and congratulations on a great event and everything you guys just announced. But can you...
Okay, in case people don't understand, I thought I broke it down well enough. So, okay, let's say you own Tesla, right? Let's say you own $1,000 worth of Tesla. What Vlad's doing is making a Tesla crypto, right? So instead of buying the Tesla stock, which would be wonderful, you'll get a Tesla token which matches the Tesla price. And what they can do with that token is they can say, okay, let us hold on to this, your amount of Tesla token shares for 6 months, and we will give you a 10% interest for letting, so I would still own the shares. Like if I own Tesla, I would still own the shares, but I couldn't do anything with them for 6 months or a year or whatever. They could give me an incredible interest rate, right? So it makes more sense to buy the crypto than even the stock. Are you listening to what I'm saying? This is huge. I can't wait to get a bigger chain. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand that? I'm gonna buy a big house. I'm gonna start a business. This is gonna be amazing.
Explain, what are tokens and why is this so
Kelly.
different from the way that the system works right now?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I think there's two ways to view crypto. One is as a tradable asset like stocks, options, and futures. The other as a fundamental technology that I believe is going to underpin the entire financial services industry in a few years' time. And I think this latter vision is more interesting. And what we've demonstrated here is the capability to put real-world assets on a blockchain, make them tradable, just like the cryptos you mentioned, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and leveraging all the benefits of blockchain technology. So from a practical standpoint, these are stock tokens of public companies like NVIDIA and Amazon and many others that are going to be available in Europe. And we also demonstrated the ability to tokenize private companies. So we gave away OpenAI and SpaceX private company stock tokens to our customers as well. And I think it's quite amazing. And I believe it will make it easier to invest in American companies if you're outside the world. It will also bring the markets into 24/7 and fully on-chain and get all the benefits that crypto technology levies on these traditional assets. So I think it's time to move beyond Bitcoin and meme coins into real-world assets that exhibit fundamental utility.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you understand the word? Do you understand that? By the way, Robinhood makes a ton of money off of crypto. They don't even make money off their stocks. They are going to make everything a crypto, is what I'm understanding. And imagine what they can do. So, listen to this, guys, this is an idea I heard. What if, like, 100 of me's, like 100 people, buy $1 billion worth of Tesla stock, right? Robinhood custodies that, gives us an interest rate, which I've already went over, right? But you know what they can do? They can actually appoint somebody as a board member on any company that has a bunch, because if you own a certain percentage of a company, you can actually become a board member or place board members because you're voting with this massive amount of shares. So you can't really become one, but you can vote somebody in to be a board member on a company. They will be able to control the whole fucking market if they want. You thought Tesla could grow? Robots. You thought that was something? It's not. All right. You know what is? This. I have never seen something like this before or been invested in something like this before. This is amazing. I almost cried a little bit. That's why I needed a Kleenex. But you know what? You know what people are going to say? Well, that's all words. Those are all words. So let's go over the numbers before this even took place. Let's go over the real numbers before. Now, like I said, I'm not a CPA. I only know addition and subtraction because that's all I was told I needed to know. As long as you know how to add, you know how to subtract. Yeah, you can do some division and some multiplication. That's fine. But I just know simple. All right. That's where I try to keep my mind state. And it's worked out for me extremely well. So let's look over funded customers. April last year, 24 million. This is a year growth, people. Every month, 25 million, only 7%. All right. That is one thing that, okay, fine. Which I don't even care about. I really don't care about. Was I even looking at the right thing? Yeah, the funded customers, that I think needs some work, but I think they'll grow into that. And I'm not 100% sure on this first line, but I just wanted to, oh, Jesus. I just wanted to go over it just to kind of say, well, this is one line I It doesn't. This is the only one thing that doesn't look good for me is the funded customers. All right. We're going to get there. We're growing. It's fine. Let me show you what really matters and what I really like. Platform assets from April last year, $123 billion in growth under assets. Look at what they did this year. April, $232 billion, 89% growth in that category, which matters. Assets growth matters, right? Trading volumes, I don't really care about. Crypto's about to explode on a whole nother level. Started with 10 billion last year. We're sitting at what? Oh, fuck, I can't. 11 billion. Well, we're still growing at 65% in that category. That must be monthly. I'm looking at the monthly chart. Again, I'm just showing you what I understand. The trading volumes, that matters. Let's see. So you got $70 billion in trading volumes. Let's look at April. Holy shit. 157. So we're growing at 108% in that category. By the way, no company grows like this. I've looked at these already. I couldn't believe the growth on it. Gold members, this I would like to see grow a little more, but let's see here. Started at April at 18 billion. Well, we're, 26 billion, 47% growth in that category. A non-gold. If you're a non-gold Robinhood person, like what are you doing with your life? You don't have $5 you can spend? Spend the $5. This is amazing. This is before all of this stuff was announced, by the way. This company's growing at 100% a year. Let's see. Total platform assets. Trading, let's see. Option contracts. They make a lot of money in options. Let's see how much they've grown in options. I don't do options. 36%. They're growing in options trading. Crypto, let's just scroll all the way over. That way I don't have to do the math. They're growing at 65. Look at this. Why do I keep clicking on that shit? It's just because it's crazy. Oh, I'll look at this screen. Look at this growth. 89% in net deposits. Trading volume, 108%. Option contracts, 36%. Crypto, 65%. And they haven't even launched their crypto stock thing that they're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what that quite means here. Let's see. Total cash sweep. Okay, so total cash sweep doesn't even really mean anything. It means what you're pretty much keeping in Robinhood, but that's growing at 52%. Why would you even do that? Buy stocks. Non-gold. Still growing at 186%. And honestly, that's going to convert. So, this is going to eventually convert to people to gold because you're insane if you don't own gold. With gold, you get options trading, you get deeper dives into companies. Fucking long story short, the numbers are amazing and back up this company. This is a $500 billion company. This is the next Tesla. There, I said it. I didn't say that about Palantir. No, I probably did. But that probably is. This, though, is definitely the next Tesla grower. And you ask, well, what other companies? What other companies should I look at to get that Robinhood growth? Robinhood. That's it. Because it's still going to grow. Like, even at $100 a share, you're still only at an $83 billion market cap. This is insane. Congratulations to Robinhood shareholders. We did it again. We did it again. Anyway, I just wanted to give an update on Robinhood, where I think it is going. I have other videos I could share with you. But honestly, you've seen enough. You get it. You get it. All right? Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.